all Hexicans around the world, Zerg. Hello Hexicans all around the world, wherever you are. Daniel Courier here. So, are you staking your 5555 days yet? Do you know all the stakes that you've done and all the stakes that you'll be doing in the near future are not in vain? You are earning Hedron on a daily basis. Do you know Hedron is less than 9 months now? And you've been minting them for free as long as you are hex staked. Do you know the relationship between Hedron and Hex? Hedron will blow your mind away too. Let me share my page. Let's see what this Hedron is about. Since your hex stake is like a long-term fixed account, and your Hedron is like your checking account. And good enough, with Hedron, you can withdraw it on a daily basis. And did you know you can stake that? You can stake that Hedron too. Okay, check this out. Let's see what this Hedron is about and why you should be staking like nobody's business. Over to Hedron. So I'm on the FAQs page at the hedron.pro site. The first question is Hedron related to HEX in any official capacity? No. Hedron is a complete separate project from HEX and has no relation to HEX founder or development team. Hedron was built by people who are passionate about HEX and want to bring more to the table for fellow HEX enthusiasts. Are you a HEX enthusiast like me? This is for you. It was brought by Hexicans and for Hexicans. What is native hex tech and what can I do it? A native hex tech is a stake which is created directly by the user interfacing with the Hex Smart Contract. This is more or less all non-hex stakes created before the launch of Hedron or any stake created via the Hex user interface. So every Hex staker who previously had staked their Hex are entitled to minting free Hedron. Native hex stakes can only mint Hedron. They cannot borrow, nor can they tokenize their hex stakes. We'll get to that in a moment. What is an instant hex stake? And what can I do with it? A hex stake instance, which is known as HSI, is a smart contract which wraps A hex stake instance is a smart contract which wraps around, encapsulates, it wraps around or encapsulates a native hex stake. These stakes can be created using Hedron user interface. All hex staking functions still take place at the HEX Smart Contract. However, using this wrapper gives the user access to additional Hedron features. So when you interact with the Hedron smart contract, you get the benefit and other added features which were not there while interacting with the HEX smart contract. So how does minting work? Minting simply looks at your HEX text allocated amount of B shares and allows you to mint Hedron token against those shares in a ratio 1:1 for every day served within the HEX stake. So every B share and the number of days you have staked your HEX, you get 1:1 Hedron on a ratio 1:1. So one B share will get you 1,000 Hedron. Specific details on minting process can be found on the Hedron smart contract. What is the difference between minting and claiming? Claiming is only available during the launch bonus phase. Minting is always available within Hedron. Claiming will allow you to claim your launch bonus but not actually mint you any Hedron. This gives you option of being able to defer minting for a later date. Minting will also claim the launch bonus. However, it will also mint you Hedron tokens immediately. You can either claim or mint, not both. While I'm reading this, I remember when Hedron was being given to hex takers, and Alex, before he launched the Hedron ICOSA smart contract, the Hedron smart contract, most Hexicans were dumping or selling this Hedron, thinking they are just like any other tokens. So I went and dug deep on the YouTube videos where Alex was explaining why those Hedrons are important. And as days will be passing by, the way they will be rare, and at the same time, the way they can help you interact and have access to wonderful opportunities, such as what is going on called the Hedron auctions or the Hex auctions, which I'll get to that. I believe accumulating Hedron is a great opportunity right now. Specific details on claiming process can be found at the Hedron contract guide. Does minting pose any risk to my hex text? No. Hedron requires no special permission over your wallet or hex text in order to allow you to mint Hedron. No contract approvals of any sort are required in order to mint Hedron. So guys, I'm also asking myself if other opportunities which are smart ideas, like what Alex has just done, will be coming in future, and every hex taker will be they'll be the first fruit or the first guys to get the opportunity to earn these tokens. This will be so amazing. Alex, when he was coding this contract, he was targeting only 5% of Hexicans. And it appears Hexicans welcomed this idea with open arms, and 35% of Hexicans embraced this idea, and Hedron, it bypassed its target, which was 5%. So you can see, as more and more awesome non-mediocre projects such as Hedron are being coded, it's both a win-win to Hexicans. And remember, we have categories of ranks when it comes to staking. We have people we call whales, we have sharks, the dolphins, and the squids, and each of them have daily Hedron which they can mint, and of course they can choose to stake it, sell it, offer liquidity, and so on. And since Hedron is a perfect example of projects which will be complementing hex takers, I see other coming projects which are coming are going to be real smart and a win-win to hex stakers. So here's my question to you. Are you staking long? Are you taking advantage of this opportunity while Hedron price is still dead cheap right now? The answer is yours. You don't have to tell me your answer. Does minting for every served day dilute Hedron compared to HEX B shares? The short answer is yes. However, this is by design. Hedron is only intended to mint 1-to-1 ratio against HEX B shares, not consistently be at 1-to-1 ratio. Representation of HEX B shares, past and present. Because Hex Text can be emergency and staked, Hedron must have a time component to dilute those who choose to emergency and stake the Hex Text. This could be accomplished by only allowing a portion of one's B shares to be minted based on the time served. But then, you would only be able to mint fractions of Hedron per day in most cases, and decimals are no fun. By minting your total shares once per hex day served, you achieve the same effect without the decimal problem. Additionally, as the hex share price increases, the amount of mintable Hedron will decrease. That is very clever. The reduction of mintable Hedron as the share price increases is much more visually apparent this way, and will likely result in a fraction Hedron minting when the increased share price results in B share becoming difficult to obtain. This is a similar model to show how many mintable cryptocurrencies increase difficulty over time, except Hedron's difficulty increases in relation to Hex share price. So as we see Hex share price, in an instance where, let's say, 100,000 Hex will be equal to 1 T share. That means the amount of Hedron that will be being mintable is going to decrease, and this some symbiotic type of relationship makes Hedron also to become scarce, and blessed are those who are now busy buying Hedron if they are not minting it for free. Can I mint Hedron against Hex Text that have less than 1 B share? Here's your answer. Yes, you will just receive a fraction of 1 Hedron per sub day, not including bonuses. How does borrowing work and why would I want to do that? We are getting to a juicy part now. If the user has an instant hex stake HSI, they have ability to borrow all Hedron tokens they will have otherwise be able to mint without having to serve the required days within a stake. Now let's explain that. So if a user has their hex Hedron smart contract and they want to borrow, let's say they want to get a quick loan, the Hedron contract will calculate all the Hedron that they are to get, let's say in 5 days, that is 15 years. And the user is able to be given all that Hedron as a borrowing or a loan. And that is so cool, guys. If you know how to work these things out, let's say you want to DCA or speculate here and there, you can take advantage of this borrowing, and who knows, you can make quick buck because this is really added advantage and feature which is so cool. This could be considered an advance on mintable Hedron the stake is entitled to. Taking out advance will lock the hex text and restrict the user from minting against it or tokenizing it. The user may still mint against a trade. The user may still mint against or trade other stakes, just not any stake with an active advance. So it's like when you borrow the smart contract takes your hex stake and it holds it since the user has borrowed has used that borrow function, and until you pay, your hex is still minting, but you are not allowed to withdraw that daily minting because you've taken a borrowing. I hope that's exactly what Alex was intending to say here. Payments are due to the Hedron contract in the form of Hedron every 30 Hedron days. So when you want to pay your borrowed Hedron, you can start paying after 30 days. And here it says payments are due to the Hedron contract in the form of Hedron every 30 days. So I don't understand to be corrected here. So if you have taken a certain X amount of Hedrons, you can simply send Hedrons back to the Hedron smart contract, and the smart contract is genius enough to know that you are paying back your loan. I'd like to see the guys who are paying back every other 30 days to explain to me how they pay back their loans. Are they sending it to the Hedron smart contract, or there's a special wallet for paying back this loan? So the payment amounts are calculated in advance by the contract and will display to you on the Hedron interface. Maybe I should open this page. I'll check it out. The premium rate is calculated by the contract to be half of the current global HEX APY on the day of advance initiation and is a fixed rate for the life of the advance. This premium is charged only to the payment principal, not to the total balance. The contract bans all payments including interest. No partly direct benefits from these advances other than the user taking the advance. Let us underline this very important statement. The contract bans all payments. This ceases to exist in the circulating supply of Hedron, including interest. No party directly benefits from these advances other than the user taking the advances. I think this one speaks of the authenticity of this Hedron ICOSA code. If an advance goes 90 or more Hedron days without repayment, other users will have the ability to liquidate said advance by paying off the remaining balance of the advance in a liquidation auction. Like we are experiencing now, there is liquidation auction going on for people who took their loans and 90 days elapsed, and we can see it's like there is a competition for T-shares for people who accumulated their Hedrons, and they're using their Hedrons now to get some cheap hex. I mean, this is an exciting technology, guys, and it is truly a game changer, because for me, I'm seeing a scenario where when one Hedron will be at par with the price of hex, you can just imagine the beehive of activity that will be happening in this contract. This is infinite possibilities that can happen here. This allows the highest bidder to claim the collateralized hex stake for themselves. It is vital to have a solid understanding of how these advances work and any applicable tax laws in your jurisdiction, of course, before utilizing them. And here they say in bold, we are not financial nor tax advisors. Now, guys, let's assume there is this Kenyan Hexican who has taken, let's say, 100 grand or 100,000 Kenyan shillings, and then they choose to use their HSI stake to borrow a loan, and then they're given around 100, of course, and their ICOSA locks that hex until they pay in 90 days. Now, when they are given that quick loan, and we know the loan is given in a coin called ICOSA, and then with ICOSA you can cash out in Kenya shillings or whatever fiat currency your country uses. Now, without 100,000 Kenya shillings, what if some users or parties agree that if you are to bail out a friend, you can accumulate Hedron, because Hedron is what is used to pay back loan. And let's say you approach a friend who has been accumulating Hedron, and I'm talking a scenario where Hedron has really gone up in price, and you choose to bail out a particular person before day 90 arrives, and then after you redeem or help them pay back that loan, you take another loan, and then you pay back the person who bailed you out with an interest. This one can create something like a guarantee sort of. In Kenya we call it a chama, where others will be bailing out others. In return, they get a certain percentage of agreed amount after they bail out others. And you can see this is a perfect financial tool that most Kenyans I know would love. So once again, if you are not accumulating Hedron right now, because the use case of Hedron will be off the roof, because this is just a test. And as a matter of fact, as Hedron keeps to see amazing things that will emerge out of this beautiful Hedron idea. So specific detail on borrowing process can be found at the Hedron contract guide. Okay, let's proceed. How can I trade my Hex Text with Hedron? If a user creates an instant stake HSI, they have ability to tokenize said HSI into an ERC 721 NFT token. So you can take your Hex stake and you can tokenize it and go and sell it as as an NFT. And remember, Richard had said the current NFT ecosystem doesn't make sense, because when we have digital assets like, let's say, a Hex stake, which is being sold at the marketplace as an NFT, when the other user buys it, they are not just buying a digital piece of product. They are buying a Hex stake, which earns them or means them Hex, and it also means them Hedron. And you can see this is value in itself, because there is no need of just buying a JPEG of some musician, celebrity, or a basketballer, or some piece of art. Okay, what I'm saying is the beauty of owning a digital asset like a Bitcoin mining machine, because we know Bitcoin mining machines is expensive, it consumes electricity. What if you get to buy an NFT which is a hex stake, which earns you yield? I believe you guys, you get where I'm driving at. This is perfect, and this is timely smart contract that the world truly needs. And remember, the patient will always emerge as winners in this game. This will remove the struggle and issue them said NFT token, which can be traded on any compatible NFT marketplace like OpenSea and others. If another user were to obtain said token, they would then be able to detokenize. So when I buy a staked Hex as an NFT, I have the power to detokenize it and make it proceed, earning me daily Hedron and of course daily Hex Text, which I can also do whatever I want to do with it. I can maybe wait for price to appreciate and then get it in the NFT market again and sell it at a higher value. Man, this is so awesome. They can detokenize it via the Hedron user interface. This will destroy the token and grant the new owner control of the underlying hex stake. So Alex has made it possible for a hex stake to be transferable to another user, which in Hex it was quite hard. So the idea of encapsulating a Hex stake has now been made possible. This is so awesome. If you decide you no longer wish to trade said NFT, you can detokenize it yourself and regain control of the Hex stake. Specific details on tokenization, the tokenization process can be found at the Hedron contract. How exactly does the launch bonus work? When you mint or claim Hedron during the first 100 days of Hedron launch, you will receive a bonus multiplier. This multiplier starts at 10 times and decreases by 1 time per 10 days of the phase. And most Hex OGs who stake for long can bear with me that they've seen this. It is real as your skin. Whichever multiplier you receive, the Hedron smart contract will record it to your Hex stake, and that bonus will exist for the remaining life of the said stake. For example, if you have a Hex stake with a total stake length of 100 days and you mint Hedron on that stake with a bonus multiplier of 10 times, you will get a 10 times bonus for all remaining 99 days of stake. Mhm. The bonus Hedron you receive is added on top of your normal payout, So if you mint 100 Hedron with a 3 times bonus multiplier, you receive 100 plus 300 bonus Hedron, which is 400 total Hedron. This is so awesome. Once again, Alex decided to reward longer hex takers with this awesome bonus multiplier. How exactly does the advance to mint ratio AMR bonus work? In an effort to ensure there is enough freely minted Hedron tokens to satisfy advance premiums, the Hedron smart contract will offer a daily bonus should the ratio of borrowed Hedron to the total Hedron size ever exceed 50%. Unlike the launch bonus, the advance to mint ratio AMR bonus is not permanently recorded to your stake. It is calculated daily and ranges from 0.2x to 10 times x based on the ratio minted to borrow. This bonus is also added on top of your normal Hedron payout, including the launch bonus, if applicable. So if you mint 100 Hedron with a 3 times launch and 1 time AMR bonus multiplier, you receive 100 base Hedron plus 300 launch bonus plus 400 AMR bonus, which will be equal to 800 Hedron. So in other words, the AMR bonus is like another incentive to the people who will be supplying Hedron, let's say in the market, through this feature. They also be getting ready for adding more Hedron so that they make sure the Hedron supply in the market has not depleted, if I'm not wrong. So guys, as I'm wrapping up, this is a special type of information that is truly amazing. This is the next level type of financial product that we are seeing right before our eyes. And I want to submit to you guys, if you are not staking your HEX, you are missing out on free Hedrons that you can mint. This is the time for us to put our heads together, especially we people in Africa. We can take advantage of this because we have an advantage of community interacting. We pull together our resources, we can decide to accumulate Hedrons and also help our brothers and sisters who might be getting stuck before they go on their precious Hex Text, go for the Hex or auctions. And I believe when we figure out how this thing can work for our advantage, victory and smiles will be our portion. And something else, when you stake your Hedron, you are not just hodling, you have an advantage of earning ICOSA. And also, on my next videos, I'll explain why ICOSA and a staked ICOSA will earn you both Hedron and will earn you both ICOSA, which is a total game changer. So guys, with that said, congratulations to all Hex stakers or Hexicans, and also congratulations to the future persons who will be joining Hex. This is the right side of crypto history. Much love and peace. Sakush Online, signing out.